Brothers and sisters, good evening. My name is Joseph Geevarghese. I'm the executive director of Our Revolution. I want to welcome each and every one of you to our DNC Leadership Forum. This forum is sponsored not only by Our Revolution, but also our partners at the Progressive Democrats of America, Roots Action, and the State Democratic Progressive Network. Tonight, we've got a lot of candidates on deck, and the candidates for Democratic Party chair who are participating tonight include Dr. Contessa Hathaway, Ken Martin, Martin O'Malley, Ben Wickler, Marianne Williamson, James Skoufis, and Jason Paul. We're also going to be hearing from candidates who are running for vice chair of the Democratic Party, including founding board members of Our Revolution, Jim Zogby and Jane Klebb. We're also going to be hearing from Shasti Conrad, who was a Bernie staffer in both 2016 and 2020. Let me start by just noting a couple of things. This forum is different than the official Democratic forums that are now underway. Our Revolution and the allied organizations that are sponsoring this call represent the progressive working class base, the Warren Sanders wing of the Democratic Party. Our members are the rank and file Democratic Party activists who serve as county party chairs, who volunteer to knock on doors and to make phone calls, and who contribute small donations to the Democratic Party. The people who are on this call, who are listening, not just in the Zoom room, but also watching online, these folks are the backbone of the Democratic Party. And we are proud to host this call because we believe that it is vitally important that the Democratic Party listen to the voice of the grassroots. Look, we know that a small, select, secretive group of 448 members who make up the Democratic National Committee are the only ones that are going to vote in this election. Many of those 448 are part of the political establishment. They're part of the consultant class who blocked Bernie and progressives at every turn. In fact, Sludge and the American Prospect just reported that at least half a dozen of that 448 are corporate lobbyists. They work for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. They work for big Pharma. They work for McDonald's, Boeing, you name it. It's disgusting. At the end of the day, I don't believe that the corporate hacks who got this party into trouble in the first place are going to be the ones to save us. We believe that we, the people, regular working class folks, not the wealthy elite, must be heeded in this process. This conversation is also important because next Monday, 1 week from today, Trump and the oligarchs are going to take control of every branch of government. The White House, the United States House of Representatives, the U.S. Senate, and we all know they already have the Supreme Court. The only real opposition party to MAGA and their right-wing agenda is going to be the Democratic Party. That is the world we live in. And that means that this party needs to be revitalized and rebooted under new leadership who have a vision and a strategic plan to rebuild this party and to fight like hell for the working class. I also want to be just clear-eyed about the results of this last election and what it tells us about who the Democratic Party is. And look, we all know Democrats lost big, lost everywhere. The Democratic Party has ceased to be the party of the American working class. MAGA won voters who make under 100,000 a year. The Democratic Party has also lost the youth vote. We've lost ground with voters of color. We've lost ground with women. Here's another way to put it. The Democratic Party is now the party of the college-educated suburban white elite. You know what? That is not the party that our organizations are fighting for. We are working to transform the Democratic Party. We've been doing so since 2016 and beyond. And look, it's been a struggle. And I want to right now just do a shout out to our board chair, Larry Cohen, Jim Zogby, Jane Klebb, and others for the work they have done to go up against the corporate elites who run the Democratic Party. Now is our chance to make a difference. We believe that the party's got to represent the working class. It's got to be transparent about its budget and how our money is spent. So what do we want? What does the progressive wing of the Democratic Party want? Our revolution surveyed our base. 10,000 people responded. And here's what they said are our top priorities. We want a Democratic Party that doesn't allow corporate dark money into the primaries. We don't want a Democratic Party that has anything to do with corporate money and corporations setting the agenda. That's number one. Number two, we want a Democratic Party that understands that organizing is the key to winning. And they've got to invest not on advertisements and influencers and all this stuff. They actually need to invest in state parties and engage in deep grassroots relational organizing. Number three, we need to make sure the Democratic Party's budget is transparent. And we need to hold the consultant class accountable. As I said earlier, some of the 448 get business from the Democratic Party. You know what? That's a conflict of interest. It's corrupt, and it should not be allowed to go forward. And number four, we need a Democratic Party that is on the side of America's working class. They need to articulate issues that are important to working class voters, and they need to prioritize small donor contributions. Look, at the end of the day, there's two corporate parties in America, and what I'd say to the Democrats is give up on being the corporate party. Trump has got that locked up, Trump and the oligarchs. If we're going to win, the only path is representing regular, everyday Americans who are about to get screwed by Trump and the oligarchs. So, brothers and sisters, today we're going to ask each of our candidates where they stand on what the grassroots are saying are their priorities. And we're going to ask them, what is your vision and your strategic plan to rebuild the party so that we have a robust opposition party in the United States of America? With that, I'm going to hand it